Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya, a guide to spiritual life, spiritual teachings of Swami Brahmananda, continuation of chapter 44, page number 223. Here Brahmananji discusses 4 kinds of worship in great detail. Devotee questions: Maharaj, what is the significance of all the gods and goddesses and various kinds of ritualistic worship? Maharaj, what is the significance of all the gods and goddesses and various kinds of ritualistic worship? Swami Brahmananji replies, all gods and goddesses are only different manifestations of the one Godhead. Men differ in their temperaments, so they imagine all those forms with their minds. To meet the needs of all, the scriptures prescribe 4 kinds of worship. To meet the needs of all, the scriptures prescribe 4 kinds of worship. The highest worship is to think of oneself as Brahman. The second method of worship is meditation on God. The third method is japam, prayer and glorification of God. And the last method is external, ritualistic worship. The highest sadhana is to experience the Atman all the time. The stage prior to this is meditation. At that time, the aspirant feels that only God and he exist. In deep meditation, he sees the form of his chosen deity and cannot continue his japam. In the stage prior to meditation, the aspirant glorifies God, chants his name, and at the same time thinks of his form. The last method is the ritualistic worship of God embodied in an image or symbol. These are all different stages of evolution of the mind. Each person begins his spiritual journey from where he is. Suppose an ordinary man is instructed to meditate on the formless Brahman or to practice samadhi. It is not yet possible for him to understand these things. For a while he may try, but sooner or later he will become frustrated with his failures and gives up his sadhana. For a while he may try, but sooner or later he will become frustrated with his failures and he will give up his sadhana. But if he is asked to worship the Lord with flowers and incense, he will understand at once what to do. He will follow the instructions and he will get the feeling that he has done something. For a time, his mind will be calm and he will get some joy. By and by, he will outgrow that stage and go to the next. The finer the mind becomes, the less it finds pleasure in gross objects. For example, today you have started ritualistic worship. After a few days, you will feel more joy in japam than in worship. And gradually you will begin to feel more joy in meditation than in japam. This is how an aspirant moves towards the highest goal. This is called natural growth. In the course of this mental evolution, the experiences that the mind acquires are not lost. Suppose you are in the courtyard and you want to go to the roof. Now, instead of climbing the staircase step by step, if you are hurled bodily up there, what will happen? You will be seriously injured. One should follow a gradual path. One should follow a gradual path. Just as there are laws in the physical world, so there are laws governing the spiritual world. One should follow a gradual path. Just as there are laws in the physical world, so there are laws governing the spiritual world. Just as there are physical laws like laws of motion, law of gravitation, laws of thermodynamics, etc., there are laws governing the spiritual world, governing the inner world. To be continued. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishnarpanamastu.